Hi guys, so as we get closer to the 6th of May, the elections that are going to take place in Scotland are going to be extremely interesting. The issue of independence has been prevalent in the media for the last number of weeks now, and the SNP have said that if they win a majority, they will call a second independence referendum. Now, the other two main parties in Scotland, the Conservatives and the Labour Party, have said that they are against a second referendum and against independence. And of course, Boris Johnson in Westminster has said on numerous occasions that he would block a second independence referendum and block independence as well. Now, the SNP have said that they will campaign for independence, and they have also said that they would like to rejoin the European Union. Now, the independence movement is somewhat split, not 50-50, but there is a certain section that do not want to rejoin the European Union. They voted for Brexit, and they also don't want an independent Scotland to be part of the European Union. But the bigger question is, can Scotland leave Britain and rejoin the European Union? This was a question asked by TLDR. Now, TLDR News, I highly recommend it for British politics and Brexit in particular. They have a lot of very sound information on the site. But when it comes to this issue, I think they left out some very important information, and I'm going to add it when we hear this section of the video. So let's hear what they had to say.
But while they might fit the criteria, such a move wouldn't be easy. In order to actually rejoin the EU, Scotland must fully separate from the UK. And if you thought that the UK and EU were intertwined, well, wait until you see what it's like for the UK and Scotland. The UK was a member of the EU from 1973 to 2016. Scotland has been a member of the United Kingdom since 1707. Think of all the complexities around trade, citizenship, travel, debt, defence, the economy, and so much more. Let's take the economy, for example. According to a paper from the London School of Economics, about 60% of Scottish exports go to the rest of the UK. If Scotland became independent, then they could strike some sort of deal with the rest of the UK that allows for this trade to continue flowing. However, if they want to leave the UK with the express purpose of rejoining the EU, then a border between Scotland and England would likely need to be erected to ensure that the integrity of the single market and customs union are maintained. While some might argue that all of this is worth it, as the benefits of EU trade would outweigh the drawbacks of creating a taller, more effective Hadrian's Wall, the LSE paper refutes this. They claim that trade-related costs are the same regardless of whether Scotland joins the EU. To oversimplify the paper's findings, this is because Scotland does 4 times more trade with the UK than with the EU. Therefore, rejoining the EU wouldn't do that much to fix their trade situation. If they leave the UK, then trade will drop as friction increases with the rest of the Union. If they then rejoin the EU, then trade would increase with Europe, but due to the value of UK trade and the need for a hard border, the benefits would likely be offset.
This is interesting, of course, in regards to trade, and the video goes on. I'll leave a link in the description to the rest of the video. But basically what they go on to say is that, yes, this is going to be, economically, it's going to be a problem for an independent Scotland because of this hard border between Scotland and England and how it will affect trade. Unfortunately, I think they leave out some very important information. It's at the moment this is the case. If Scotland were to rejoin the European Union as an independent country, it would be likely that there would be a need for a hard border between Scotland and England, and this would affect trade. Of course it would. I think what's important to remember is that at the moment the party in power in Westminster is a Brexit party, is a pro-Brexit party. Boris Johnson won a majority on getting Brexit done. But there is a growing fear in the UK as a whole that Brexit has not been a success. It has been a huge cost for many businesses, and it's damaging to the UK in the long term. The Labour Party are receiving a lot of pressure at the moment to consider rejoining at least the single market and the customs union, and eventually becoming a member of the European Union again. So in a way, Scotland could become an independent country, and England and Wales could rejoin the single market and the customs union. Now that depends on a number of factors. It depends on the Conservatives losing power. It depends on the Labour Party winning power, forming a coalition, and that being a priority of theirs to rejoin at least the single market and the customs union. That would eliminate the need for a hard border between Scotland and England, because both of them would be within the single market and the customs union. This is something that's left out of this video from TLDR. Now, I'm not an expert on trade, I'm not an expert on the European Union, so I could be wrong here, but let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think is correct, and what do you think is the possibility of Scotland rejoining the single market and the customs union, or rejoining the European Union as a member. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?